Hi guys, so it's getting to the end of the first week of my Mayhem competition, and I thought, okay, let's just do a little bit of live stream and see what was my experience and whether or not what's my thoughts on it. So let's get to it. So this is my town. It's nothing spectacular. It's not really worth, let's say, competition wise, really anything. The first two and a half days was just a disaster in the sense that I didn't get stars, or the cells, the cell didn't go through, or the depot, express depot, just didn't take the cells. Even at this stage, it's like there's goods to sell, but it just doesn't sell. Now, remember that this is a week that they're just testing, using it to fix the bugs and try and get everything sorted. So at least we went into it with the thought and with the knowledge of that we will have a lot of issues. So yeah, and there was definitely quite a few issues for me. So I could really actually start building in the last, let's say, 36 hours. Prior to that, I got a lot of errors like the let's see, I got a lot of these connecting every night when I went to bed, woke up with this. So, but a lot of that apparently is due to them updating, so I don't know, maybe. I also got a lot of these, even though I don't use other devices. This, and then also that user not found errors. So that's, so all these kinds of errors I kept on getting. So it was a little bit annoying in the beginning, but like I said, we did expect a lot of problems. The express depot not always selling, and what else is there? There's quite a few other small stuff. What I can say is the last 24 hours it seems to be a lot better, and I suppose there's hope for week 2, so we'll see on that. Other things I've noticed also is that a lot of the times it'll stop buildings when you're building. When I placed my nuke, everything else around it stopped working. My energy was like 7 out of 5, so a lot of that. But at least, like I said, we're going ahead. So I don't know what my feelings are. I'm glad they did the first week with no real value or return on, or let's say, competition rewards, because that would have just annoyed me. The when it was like this, I just basically stopped playing after a couple of tries, tried every couple of hours, and that's it. So getting to the meta, so the meta is shrimp pizza. So dough is a big problem. Like I said, I've been building the last 36 hours basically. So I'm not really bothered about getting everything right. The timers is still screwed up. It says it's another 8 hours till competition ends. However, that's like in the next hour and 3 minutes to my knowledge. And then this leaderboards, I don't think looking at them at all has got any value, but they don't update. As you can see, it says 4.7 million stars, and I've already got 5.1, so you have to go in a couple of times. The big UI. Hi Rebecca, how are you doing? How have you found your Godot experience so far? Did you have a lot of problems? Like I said, I've been the first 2 days was like I couldn't play at all basically. And when I started getting ready and playing, I just thought, let's just get something just to get participation, NFT, and just see how it's going now. A lot of bugs still, but I've got hope for week 2. I think it should be a lot better. I'm just doing enough just to keep the scoreboard going. So the big UI is annoying for me. I don't like that. I can't see everything I want here. I'd like to scale this, just be able to zoom out. It's definitely better the last 36 hours, yes. A lot better. And it's running a lot smoother also. In the end, I do think it was a good move to do the Godot move. I think it was needed for them to jump into the deep end. I just think they didn't need to have a new meta. We could have used something old rather for the first week or 2. It's not like there's not enough time. We've got, 13 weeks of playing, or 12 competitions actually, so it's 4 weeks. No, I'm lying, 3 months. Hi Cecil. All that is helping now, yes. The only other thing they need to get sorted is the offline play, so your town can continue going offline. And then apparently I can't play full screen, and I can't close here unless I use escape. So then I can't play full screen, but apparently it is fixed for some. So hopefully that will be ready for the next competition. But it was a good move not to put any rewards on this week, that's for sure. I know a lot of people just quit at one stage. Don't know how many tried again later on. Do you guys also have problems with your Express Depot that it doesn't always sell? It's like it's waiting and waiting, and then all of a sudden it will sell 2 or 3 times. The build itself is not difficult, I think. Wasn't as complex as we thought it would be though. One thing also I found is that my cows didn't want to eat out of a trough for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it was because they had meadows available. Well, I think they'll have that sorted soon. I think Belcon said they're 98% there. So if they've got that sorted, that'll help a lot. I don't need so much shrimp now. They obviously got plans with gems, that the gem space holder is there. I think the markets, are you talking about the Gala token? I think the markets in general is having a hard time. All of them is going to nuggets at the moment. And I think problems with Townstar is not helping, because whether or not they would like to admit it, is Gala is being carried by Townstar overall. That's my opinion at this stage. They've got all these other games and stuff, but I don't think they're holding its own. And there's so many good games coming out competing that people for play and earn that they'll need to get this sorted soon. Let's see here. So that didn't update, so let's just $0.03. Yeah, that's going down a lot, eh? Still strong against some of the others. But I just think if you look at some of the other games or ecosystems like Valk and Forge, they've got a lot more going for them at this stage. A lot more playable games with play and earn already going. So GameFi, so WeMix is quite big, and all same with Ultra and even Immutable X. So you're asking Gala in the sense that they've only got Townstar keeping them going, in my opinion, because what I've seen is that Spider Tanks is not really going as they would have liked, and Miranda's is just yeah, I think so too. It's low, very low. Yes, everything's in red. I didn't expect that though with the V2 coming. It's very, very low. So if you look at Vulcan Forge is at $3. Okay, they've got a lot less circulating supply, but that's a lot more value for money. That's a big difference. And then Immutable X and Ultra had big announcements, so that might have taken some of the limelight away from them. And I know WeMix has got a lot of stuff coming up. All this is taking a lot of players away from Gala and Townstar. That's the problem. I don't think Gala has a proper plan in action. I think they got a plan, and then as soon as they start implementing it, it seems like, oh no, it's not going to work properly. It's like, I don't know. I don't see a clear plan from them at all. And in my opinion, also, if it's like the other day when Bitbender came into the AMA, for me it almost feels like as soon as he comes into an AMA, or he's trying to, I'd say, cushion something, like just warn us that there is some problems or something. I don't know how to explain that. So oh, that new bakery, I see that people is quite upset about that. How do you guys feel about that? Are you going to buy that? I just don't get why they don't. I mean, Farmers World, they've got like 65,000 active players, and it's not even as good in a sense as a Townstar, but they're focusing on their NFTs is like $5. I don't know why they go that route and just make the NFTs cheap and make them upgradable. If we can upgrade the NFTs, then we can do it and buy any NFT we like. That's my opinion on it. It's just, but like this. So do you like the new one? It's very good. It's very powerful. That is for sure. But a lot of people is quite upset. But I think it's going to be expensive though. So let's see here. So yeah, it's Farmers World is 66,000 players at the moment. So do you think so? But Pegasus that was a disaster. I think that guy that's in charge there. Where's Townstar? Let's see. Don't they have the search here? Oh, there's. No, I don't know. Townstar is way down. Way too far down the list. Did you ever invest into Pegasus? A lot of people got burned quite bad there as well. Oh, okay. Yeah, but I don't think Pegasus did the thing right. They completely screwed that up with. They didn't know what they're doing with this. tokens. That was way too many circulating supply and everything. I don't think it's the upgrade issue that they had there, because even the upgrades was actually kind of crappy the way they did that, with what's it, breeding and combining two horses, and oh no, that's a crappy way of doing it. At least I think, considering all in all though, that next week's competition will be a lot better in Townstar. I think the whole or most of the major issues should be sorted out then. I don't know what they're going to do with the controversy of that new NFT, that bakery, because why do you think that they'll make everybody poor? You think people will just upgrade and keep on upgrading, or will they'll not find a balance? Because I think if people will just upgrade as far as they can afford to, and I think most people only upgrade with what they're winning, like they Gala. If they win enough Gala, they'll upgrade. I think your normal people that will put in money will be percentage wise the same. But luckily, it's not a decision I have to make in the end. My argument is just with the way it's now, they're not bringing in new people. And a new guy won't pay $900 for an NFT just to get maybe top, what's it, 500 position. I agree with that because, and the other thing also, they said that they'll have different types of competitions, where they'll have longer competitions and shorter competitions. At this stage, it doesn't look like they'll be doing that. If they do that, then it's fine. And even if the way where the towns can, you don't need to be on 24/7, then it's fine. But like now, I agree, 4 days is too long. The other thing I don't understand is, why can't we go over to Jerry Chain already? It's supposed to, Jerry Chain uh, should be making things a lot better, and Spider Tank is on there already, so why can't we move over with Townstar? I don't get that. For me, it doesn't make sense. In my opinion, we should move that over as quickly as possible. One thing I can say definitely also that was better is no land rush. That was such a blessing. Agreed on that also, yes. That's where I think Maria is at the moment a little bit behind Gala, but they've got all that in place already. So when they've got the chain going, they've got the Maria chain going with zero gas fees, they've got their marketplace, everything set up. So when all this, the games start coming out, it's just going to be, yeah, it's just going to be way better. No, I don't miss the land rush at all. That was annoying. We always have, with our internet connection, then I don't know, my wife, she'll take the slowest computer in the house, and then she'll be in getting land way before me. I don't know how that works, but now I feel a lot better. Overall, I do think Godot feels a lot smoother. When everything's working fine, it does feel like it's a big improvement on what we had. So once all the kinks is sorted out, I do think it will be a lot better. I just really hope that the cheaters will be less though. will be sad if they can find a way to even cheat in this. What's it, another half an hour or so? The timer is stuck here, so well, that would be good. No cheating, no, that will be awesome. This boat parked here as if it's a ski boat. Galaxians. Well, yeah, I don't think there'll be lots of change now. Well, this is actually quite funny. Oh, you can turn your roads. Let's rotate the roads. Create an intersection. I don't know, with its power, it should be more than the one they just got now for $900. So it's either be $900 or $750 or thereabouts, unless they change the utility. No, I don't see it. Gala, at this stage, I don't see them bringing out a cheap one. If it's going to be cheap, they'll have to bring in large amounts of that, or great quantity, because everybody will buy that. Because I don't know if you noticed the list that is it 877 made of what you actually don't need anymore. So you're skipping way a lot of production. You don't need to produce dough. That means so many spaces will open up. So it's got to be, I think it's going to be expensive, or they need to change something there. And if they make it cheap, it'll sell like crazy. But then they must make it like nothing more than $50, which I don't think I've ever seen, or haven't seen for ages with them. Where is that info? Let's see. So this is a list that Ed777 made. I don't know if you saw that. A list that the new bakery will null and void, basically, with, or not null and void, but will have an impact on. So you won't need a salt storage, sugar storage, all these kind of stuff. He's made a complete list of that. Same with all these. So all these will be impacted. Oh, well, that's the right word, I think. Let's say the new bakery will impact all these. So he did quite a bit of work compiling this, but so there's, and I think there's one more. So all these will be impacted with a new bakery. That is scary. So I understand that every NFT will impact some others in some way, but to have such a big impact, it will have to be expensive, and if they make it cheap, they'll have to bring out volumes, large volumes. That's just my opinion on it. At this stage, it doesn't bother me either way, because I don't have any of the expensive NFTs that will have be impacted. But for the people that did buy, I think it's going to be a bit of an issue. Yeah, that's hectic. It's really hectic. It will be a very powerful NFT though. Yo, can you imagine? You don't need, if I had that now, I would, yeah, I agree. So if I had that there, I didn't need all these. It's basically this whole area. I don't need any of the cows. So all this space will open up just for having one of those NFTs. Just think of the advantage that gives you if you get that. It's going to sell either way, it doesn't matter. It's even there was a lot of people that said now they'll not buy, or they're going to stop playing, or stop. They're going to buy that, that's for sure. And if they're going to stay at the same, they're going to make it expensive. Even at $1,000, they'll sell out like crazy. I think the top 250 people will all buy them. And to be honest, if the price is cheap, I'll even do that. It's one NFT that I will definitely consider buying if the price is right. Can you imagine? I won't need any of these cows. That's it. Yeah, it's a lot. In fact, I think people will try and get more than one of them. But then again, it also, I suppose, it depends on the timer on that thing. How fast it will produce that dough. or not the dough, but I hope they fix this UI quickly. I don't like it so big. It's like it takes over the whole screen. That's true. But now that's the other problem. They just recently had that new NFT for the milk bonds that made them faster, so, and people did buy quite a few of them. So the bakery will, those guys will definitely be quite upset. I think I'm just about done for the evening, guys. So I want to go watch a movie, Second-Hand Lions or Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves. I think I'm going to need to go show my daughter Second-Hand Lions. She hasn't seen that. And it's an awesome movie. Thanks for joining us, or joining. I hope you guys have a good build and have some success and have a good weekend, the rest of the weekend. Have a good evening, guys. Bye-bye.